the Artist Interrogations podcast.
Hello.
Hey, Rory, how's it going?
It's good, man. Thanks for your patience. Sorry about that. My kids started preschool today, and we adopted a puppy a few days ago. So just a very
It's been hectic for you.
yeah. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but it's all good. Yeah.
Was it a huge moment to watch her go to preschool?
Yeah, she's been in a couple of times, but we found like a really great one that we're excited about. So yeah, you always get a little emotional when you kind of just hand your kid off to strangers and hope they're good people and take care of your kid. But we only sent her for like half the day, which is also why, because she should go until like 3 or 4 usually, but we're just starting her until like noon or 12:30 for like a week or two, just so she kind of like gets the hang of it, you know. But yeah, it's an interesting time. Do you have kids?
I don't know. I was just I know you have a young daughter, so I was like, okay, I can see about asking questions about parenting and stuff, and how maybe even down the line when she's older, maybe you'll write even like songs about her or something. I don't know. It's like to have the whole like with arms wide open thing from Creed. That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, maybe one day. Yeah.
But so yeah, man, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. I mean, I've been trying to get you as an interview guest for the longest time. I was immediately hooked on to Dark Sun when that came out, and then I found out shortly that you guys, of course, were out of Orange County, which is where I'm from. So it's such a weird thing that I'm like, oh, I just now found out about these guys, and they're from the same neck of the woods I was born and raised in.
Cool. Where are you from in Orange County?
Seal Beach.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I live in Long Beach right now, so I'm pretty close to that area.
Yeah. I miss the weather. I was just there for a week, and I was visiting my whole friends and family. I'm like, man, I miss the whole thing, all the things to do, the people out here, everything. And so I was moved my way to Idaho about 4 years ago to do this, and sure, it's been great here too. But I just missed that weather and the choices of entertainment. To be quite honest, over there, it's crazy.
It is very different in Idaho, so I feel where you're coming from. Yeah.
Well, you guys obviously have the new single "Pale Moonlight." I spun it on the new music feature last Friday. We got the radio edit, and I was like, okay, we can't just do them this disservice and play the radio edit. We got to play the full thing, so that we played it with the breakdown and everything. It's such a great track, and it's I'm super excited for this upcoming album, man. Really, it's going to be great to hear.
I hope so. Yeah, I was so confident in everything when we were making it, and you know, I think it's just a part of it. You put out new music, and you just have you have old fans who, you know, like they get used to you sounding a certain way, and if you try something different, they don't like it, or you know, or you have people who are new fans who are like, I don't get it. But it's funny too, because you can read like thousands of comments of people saying how much they love a song, and sometimes like one or two negative comments will they just kind of stick, and sometimes it makes you go like, oh man, is this like, did we write like a bad song or a bad album? But I think truthfully, I'm like really I feel like better about this album than anything we've ever written before, and it's streaming great. I think it's almost at like 1 million streams in a couple days, and the video's almost at 1 million views. So I'll take it, man. We're excited, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So you actually do dive into like people's comments like the same way I do, because I'll see one comment about like, oh, that Peaches guy in K-Bear sucks, and it sticks in my head, and I think about it all the time.
I wish I didn't. I feel like this song release actually really made me try and like take a step back and maybe really try and be like, I think I need to like consciously not do that anymore, like sort of just put something out into the ether and just not look through comments. But I think it's because you work on something for so long and you care about it so much. I think it's kind of natural just to want to see like what's the general vibe when in the comment section. Do people really like it? And I mean, like I said, it's, you know, 98% of things are really great, and then you get a few comments that kind of sting. But it's also sometimes it's like it depends on the person. Like it's these old school metalheads who just don't want to accept anything new or different. But yeah, I hate admitting that I even pay attention to that stuff, but I really feel like actually this last release we just did, I think I'm consciously gonna try and not do that in the future because I just don't think it serves me well at all, you know?
Yeah, I think the whole hate train right now is on Sleep Token. I feel bad for those poor guys. They probably get so many comments they see that are just like, "Man, Sleep Token sucks," and this whole thing, and they're awesome, and same with you guys too. So it's like, who cares about the one person that says something bad on Facebook?
Yeah. But I feel like everybody loves Sleep Token. I feel like again, it's the majority is everybody loves that band, and I think it's the reason why they'll announce a tour and playing 10 to 20,000 cap venues and they sell it out in like a day or two. Like obviously, yeah, I think it's you can pay a lot less attention to the negative comments you get when your band is that successful, but
Yeah.
it's everybody's gonna get it. It's just kind of a part of what we do, unfortunately.
Right, no kidding, no kidding. So with Dark Sun, there was the whole album was about your dad's passing, and that whole album's just a masterpiece. And you guys had this 80s sound to it, especially with Crying While You're Dancing. It's one of my favorite songs. Did you guys just decide as a whole band to really aim towards that sound? Because like I know the previous albums, they didn't sound like that. That was just that one standout album all of a sudden that was like this great sounding, very heavily produced 80s influenced record.
Yeah, I think we had a record before Dark Sun called Sleep Talk, and it felt like we kind of were leaning into some like 80s synth choices on like a few songs on that record. And it felt like when we did Dark Sun, it was kind of like it was like a conscious choice of like it felt like people pointed that out to us a lot that they really enjoyed this sort of synthwave 80s nostalgia kind of synthesizers over post-hardcore rock, and that there weren't like a ton of bands doing that. So we definitely leaned into it quite a bit more on that album for sure. It just, I don't know, it was something that felt cool and original about it at that time, but it definitely feels a little different on the new record for sure.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was taking a deep dive once again recently of your guys' discography, and I really like the I forget the name of it. It's like Vultures is I forget the one that has vultures on it. It's a great album. I love that one.
Oh yeah, it's Dreaming is Sinking, Waking is Rising. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was our like last attempt at trying to be metalcore, I think. Yeah.
Because I love that,
Yeah.
and then I love the difference in Dark Sun, but then with Pale Moonlight, you guys definitely mixed the two, and like what you said in a previous interview, you have at least like you're like addressing the old school fans, where you're like at least 6 songs have me screaming in them, and there's still like the new sound too, which is it's cool that you guys are also looking at the fans, but also like do fans for the most part influence a lot of what you guys do, or are you just like, hey, like we'll put out what we want to put out, and then you guys can either enjoy it or not like it. Either way.
Kind of, yeah. I think I used to get caught up in that. Like, I think for a long time, like in that dreaming is sinking era, we actually felt kind of scared to like abandon like the metal, like the heavy metal and the screaming aspects of our band. Because I think as we got older, we just leaned more into enjoying pop structured music and just like really memorable hooks and choruses. And yeah, I think when we did Sleep Talk, we were kind of nervous because it was more of a like slightly commercial sound, like a little bit more leaning into pop structured rock, and our career flourished so much. So I think we kind of learned that we just have to write what we enjoy and what we think is good, and we just hope people feel the same when it comes out. But it's yeah, sometimes you think about that stuff. I pointed out too, I think when we were making Dark Sun, it was kind of a slower record overall. It's just I think with my dad passing, I just wasn't going into the studio every day like let's like I'm ready to go. Like let's make an upbeat rock album. I was just kind of going through it. And so I think that record, I'm really proud of it. Yeah, but I remember we finished it and I listened back to it and I was like, oh man, it gets kind of like it's kind of like slow in the back half of the record. And I remember on like Sleep Talk, we made sure to throw in like a couple metal songs on the back half of the record to like keep the energy up. And I think we were intentional with the new album that isn't out yet, but it will be out later this year. Like it has, I think, a bit more energy and a little bit more like metal components to it, but we're still kind of honing in that like pop structuring in the music and kind of the experimental like synthy, electronic beats kind of all over the place. But it's definitely like a darker, sort of eerier kind of vibe, I think, than what we've ever put out before. But I'd like to feel like it's a nice blend of a lot of our old stuff where there's like hopefully something people can find to enjoy if they've liked our band at any point in time.
Do you often find yourself overthinking this stuff of like when you're recording these tracks, you're writing these tracks, you're like, would fans actually like this? Or is this like something we should edit at some point or get other people's opinions on it?
Yeah, I think I definitely overthink for sure. I wouldn't say so much during the recording process because it does just feel like when a song feels like it's done and it's good, it's just you just listen back and you're like, this is great. And there's times where, we would work on a song all day and I would listen again in the morning and be like, this is not good, or we have to change something about it. Like there's something about it that's not finished yet. And but I feel like once we finish the songs, it's always like, I think they're good and I'm proud of them. I'd say the overthinking probably comes again more around when the songs actually get out into like the world and then like people's reactions and opinions they're like real things. And as much as you're confident in like, I think the music is good and I feel like it's the best stuff we've ever written, everybody has their own opinion. So I feel like the overthinking comes more after it's out because any vulnerability I have is just on display. And, it's like it was like Pale Moonlight. We spent like, you know, uh, I spent a few months writing the lyrics for that. We recorded it pretty quick. It came out really cool. And then we did the music video and it was 2 nights back to back shooting from 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. to get it done. And you spend all this time like putting your effort into something and then you put it out and then it's like 3 minutes, somebody will just be like, this sucks. And it's like, all right. But so yeah, I think that's more where the overthinking comes in. During the making of it, I'm having a lot of fun, truthfully, because it's just cool to, I don't know, put ideas from like pen to paper, like into like real tangible music and feel proud of it. Like you're like, I think this is an evolution and like a step up from our older music.
When you guys were recording Dark Sun, I could only imagine like you have like these really like just down feelings because of what happened, but then you're also like, how can I make this record at the same, like it's hard to even explain. It's almost like you have this feeling where like you're saddened by everything, but then also like you're putting that emotion onto the paper and then you're like, well, fans like this. I mean, that's a hard thing to get over, man, but it's like, it's funny because that's like one of my favorite albums. And I often when I first heard it, I interpreted it as like almost like a relationship loss type of thing. And I like versus like a dad passing away type of thing. 'Cause there's been plenty of times where I've walked like the downtown Greenbelt and listened to that in its entirety. And it's just a great emotional record for sure.
Yeah, thanks, man. I think like I think like 5 or 6 of the tracks on the album are about my dad. I mean, some other songs do veer off into like personal relationships and yeah, dealing with like, love and, past relationships with like former partners. But yeah, it's tough for sure. It's hard it's therapeutic making a record like that because I feel like I really needed a lot of that writing when I was going through it because I was only planning to write like one song about my dad's passing, which was I think Neon Grave was the first one. And then as we kept working on the record, I was like, man, there's so many parts and things that encompass death and what that experience is like, especially a parent. And it felt like I had to write like 5 or 6 things to really get everything out I was feeling. But it's something I feel like it's a special record because I feel like it's specifically for people who have gone through like losing like somebody dying very close to them. And I think that's why even when we put that record out, there were some people who were like, I don't get it. And then I'd see kind of a negative comment and then they'd message me again like a year later and be like, hey, so like my sister or my parent died and I like re-listen to that album and it all kind of makes a lot more sense to me. So but I'm very proud of it, but it's a dark record for sure.
Yeah. And on a more positive note, you said in a previous interview that like life will hit you with these different situations. You've had some of the best times in your life in like the last year. When these certain situations pop up, both positive and negative. Do you like kind of think of a song right away, or like a song, something like related to a song, and like write it down, or open up the notes app on your phone and like put something like, maybe I should make a song about this thing that just happened, or something like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say so much in happy moments because it's just, I feel like when you're happy, you don't need like therapy in a way. So when I'm happy, I'm just grateful that my life feels good. But definitely when I'm always, yeah, if I feel like I'm moved to the point of happy anxiety or tears, I usually tell myself that there's something there worth exploring and writing about. Like, it's funny, I wrote a song on our new album, and it was kind of about like it seems like a funny thing, but my daughter's 4 now, and we have a great relationship, but every once in a while I can tell that like she's like annoyed with me or so, like it'll like I'll be like trying to kid around with her and she'll like roll her eyes and just kind of be like, oh, and I'm like, and it's just it's funny to see in your kid, and it's so rare that that happens, but I kind of took that like it's just a thing parents experience or you expect to experience is like your kids eventually turn into teenagers. I mean, they don't want to hang around you much anymore because they get their own life and their own friends. And so I kind of wrote this interesting song on our new album, just about kind of like it's like it leans definitely into like the negative side of that feeling, but just kind of about like how a person that you would do anything for will eventually get tired of you one day. But it's yeah, it's but it's kind of interesting. It's kind of about like from my perspective, if I was like dad and how you would go to like, like the ends of the universe basically to, to be on good terms with the person, even though they might be tired of you one day. But it's a cool, it's a weirder song on our new record, but I'm really proud of it. But yeah, anyways, yeah, but definitely I'm lucky I have music as that therapy because anytime I feel sad or like I'm going through something in my life, I have that option to sit down and kind of write about it and put it into a song. And it always makes me feel like life being painful sometimes is not in vain. Like there's a reason that I get to experience it, and it's to put it onto, pen and paper, record it, and hope that somebody else feels the same way.
Our morning show host, Victor, he has 2 daughters himself, and they're both grown now. They're both 21 and 19. And he recently watched, because he has this YouTube series on our YouTube channel, where it's like he does like a one take reaction to certain songs. And someone suggested to him the new Eminem track that's about his daughter, and like he wants her to rewatch that music video when he passes away, and he just starts crying. And so I was thinking about that. I'm like, Rory's got to do a reaction to that or something, or watch that music video if you haven't seen that already. Dude, it's and then like the very end of the music video, like the daughter announces that she's pregnant with the grandkid and all that stuff, and he's like all shocked, and it's a crazy emotional music video for sure.
I'll have to check that out. I was a big Eminem fan when I was a teenager. I wouldn't say I listen to him a ton anymore, but that sounds interesting. But if I cry, I'm gonna let you know.
Well, sounds good, Rory. Well, thank you so much, dude, for joining me today. I'm really happy that I was able to get this done with you and everything. I'm really looking forward to the new album coming out, whenever that will be, man. I'm excited to see or hear all the other tracks on that album for sure.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time. Thanks for having me.
The Artist Interrogations podcast is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com.